Wonder Woman has joined forces with Batman and Superman to stop the Batman Who Laughs and save the multiverse. In today's video, we'll be looking at Wonder Woman, Dark Knight's death metal. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. Welcome back. And as we count down, or as we do episodes or parts to get to the Dark Father, today we are looking at the Dark Metal's Wonder Woman. And man, I have to laugh because when I put her in the cave and I set her up to start filming, it's funny, I'm always mumbling or complaining that the Mcfarlane toys are too top heavy and they don't stand still. I have to adjust it, and I'm sure it happens with a lot of action figures, but I would have think that a action figure who's wearing, if you want to call it wedges, high heels, I don't know, stilettos, I don't know the name for it, but when I set her down, she just stood there. So right before I hit record on the camera, I was setting her up to look good in front of the camera, to stand still, face the camera and stuff like that. Now she wants to fall down because I moved her. But again, I don't normally do female action heroes. And I tend to like on and off Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman by herself isn't my cup of tea. It's definitely not my bag. But Wonder Woman as a sidekick or in a team is a little different for me. And again, I do have several Wonder Womans that I have gotten because of the certain waves, but I didn't review them. But I wanted to review this one because it's part of the Dark Father wave. But I will say that out of the two comics that I've read, or the omnibuses that I've read, from the Dark Knight, they had the Wonder Woman with the mohawk. I just didn't like it at all. But this one here, aesthetically, loved the hair, very feminine. Love the look with this crown that she has on. The blue hair I'm not digging too much, but that's okay. That's part of the character. That's the way they wrote her. She looks great in that. The whole entire uniform, and and I got these boots that she has on that I guess they're portraying boots. I don't know. This uniform is way better than the traditional Wonder Woman. I love the skulls on her shoulder, and we're gonna look at all that. But to begin with, let's go ahead and begin with the height. And here we're going to grab the tape measure, and I'm just going to measure her real quickly. I know there's other videos. I know people look at the specs of how high they are, but again, I'm going to take it all the way to the top of her head, as you guys can see. And give me a second here. I gotta get an electronic on. There she goes. I'm not gonna even edit this out. I'm gonna leave it in there as a blooper. Let's go ahead and stand her again. Now, mind you, I said good things about her standing, and now, so let's go ahead and take her to the top here. I'm gonna say about there. I'm gonna lock it in, and I've got a 7.5. I don't know how accurate that is, if it might be on the specs or not, but that's what I'm getting to the top of her, at the top of the crown. So you guys can see there. So to begin with, let's get some of the stuff out of the way, and then we'll take a look at the figure. We'll take a look at what she's got, the articulation. Let's begin with Mcfarlane giving us a stand. Nothing new. Again, just a regular stand. And here you go. I've got a collection of these, and I'll tell you one thing. I don't throw them out because when I do the toy photography, they do come in handy. And when I even use it on this tripod, which is a little bit on the side, I have it on one of the legs, giving me my the level. When I slide in this little thing, it's just enough to make the level even. So they are useful. The next thing we've got is her weapon, and we'll talk about this a little later. Man, I don't know. This is just weird weapon for the story. I didn't get it. And we're going to go into more details on that, and you guys can definitely give me a comment on what you guys think, but I would have preferred a sword on her, especially with this look, not this. We've got her trading card. I know that I've mentioned before that Mcfarlane has been doing a good job including pictures of the action figure versus using pictures of the graphic novels or the comic books. And for those of you who are collecting them, if you want to take a moment to read it, here you go. Make sure to pause the video. Let me get it in there for you. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Okay, and the last two items that are last but not least that I can't wait is she comes with the Dark Father face for the Build-A-Figure. You guys can see that look there, that menacing look. And he comes with the spectacular cape. And I have seen some videos of folks who have already built it, and they've been complaining about the chest part where it connects on the Dark Father. So when we get there and we cross that bridge, if it's not connecting, I will probably glue mine in. I don't care what collectors say. I don't cater to collectors. I cater to filmmakers. And man, I haven't been this excited to build a villain like I have when the Batman Who Laughs, or when I first discovered the Batman Who Laughs and what he was all about. I was excited about that. But let's move it along to Wonder Woman. Even before I started the video, I didn't realize, even from the comics, I'm going to have to go back. Look at the details. She's got that skull on her shoulders. She's got them on both sides. A lot of semi-armor. But like I said, guys, I'm not feeling this. I mean, and then again, the chainsaw came a little warped. And I kind of thought it was a little cool, but then again, when I do display her, if I am going to display her or not, I'm going to probably get a sword from the other Wonder Womans and put it on her, because I think it just looks better than this. Besides, this weapon goes in this hand and it has a handle, but look at her other hand. It's a closed fist, so it's not like she's going to be able to grip the top handle to fight with that. So again, I don't understand what the thought process was in Mcfarlane in making this figure. The boots look great. Some kind of shin guard with her boots or something like that. I will say this, Mcfarlane is starting to understand that if you put the material over that thing there, you guys can see it there, or over the knob that, you know, that hooks the legs there, man, it just helps with the stability, because I just think that this thing here, this articulation there, this little thing there, it just doesn't help the figure. They fall all over the place. They tend to be top heavy. Like her right now, she wants to lean forward, but I didn't have that problem right before I hit record. She was perfectly fine, and as you can see, I just need to move around just a little bit and I'll get her to stand still. And as you can see, the figure looks great. The painting looks great. I haven't seen any blotches in the painting, or if you guys see one, leave it in the comments. I always tend to look around. I see some of the reviewers that have done a lot of action figures. They nitpick when they see a little blotch here and there. Not even in the dark figure. I did see the review spot, and he was showing how his dark figure has like a little speck in his eye, so it's kind of like if he's looking at you. We're going to move forward and do a little bit of the articulation, and you guys tell me, you know, what you think. I'm already looking at it, and I'm starting to see that Mcfarlane is adding the double jointed knees on there, which is great because of the extension and how far. I think he's starting to understand it, and I could be wrong, guys. If you guys have a connection with Mcfarlane, show him my video and ask him if that's what he's doing. Is he catering to collectors, or is he beginning to understand animators and stop motion filmmakers, you know, because the articulation he's been adding, some of it has like a ratchet system. But let's take a look here. Let's begin with her head. Let's see what we get out of this because of the hair. I don't want to push her too much, but when you turn her to her right side, her hair moves over here, but when you turn her, it gets in the way here on the shoulders. You can see she does look down, but her hair's hitting the back, so you're not going to get any up articulation. Her arms extend out, but again, her hair's in the way, as you can see here. So if you move it out of the way, they are on a butterfly joint. You can see them there. I'm going to take her off camera to move her. So there is no waist or articulation. As you guys can see, it's just one solid figure here. The cape is like a soft rubbery. Does move. Look at the back. Does cover there. Her legs do extend out because it is on the new ratchet system that they've been adding. Now, I don't know if the leg comes out completely. No. There is no thigh articulations. As you guys can see here, there's nothing there. I'm going to go ahead and bend the knee just to loosen it up because I just took it out of the packaging and put it there for you. As you guys can see, this is how far the knee goes for one side. You guys can hear me struggling because it is a little bit new. Here's the knee on the other side. Okay, I kind of skipped the arms, but the arms do have double jointed elbows. We do get some wrist articulation, do we? No, they don't go up and down the wrist, but they do swivel around, as you can see here. Well, this one came off this mechanism. Look at that right there. Not good, Mcfarlane. Not good, and this was not intentional. Looks like it almost broke off. Guys, I'm gonna just stop for a moment here. Let me pull it off camera and put the arm back on. It's some kind of mechanism I've never seen before. Or if it has been there, make it in the say it in the comments, but it's just weird how. Let's see. Okay, it went back in there. You cannot turn the wrist too much. Look how it comes out, guys. Not good. Not good. I can't even, wow, I can't even rotate the wrist without it coming out. Even if I put my finger on it. Guys, this is not a very good design. This is terrible. This is not good. Either I got a faulty figure or is this happening to you guys? I don't even want to mess anymore with this. I'm just going to snap it back into place. Wow, this is terrible. So you don't get much of a wrist articulation, and you can't swivel the wrist without it hinging off the mechanism. So again, let me try. Guys, I'm off camera. I'm not ignoring you. I just want to see what's going on. Okay, so you can't go like this on the wrist, but it does go in a circle. And I'm gonna go ahead, continue doing the articulation here. Her feet has these high heels or stiletto. There is, you can bend in the toe like that for both sides. They're completely painted. They're on the ball joint. That's what I was trying to say before, ball joint. But like I always say, if Macfarlane covers the boot with the material, it helps the ball joint out. It gives it more of a flexibility. It gives it more stability. That's what I meant to say. So again, guys, I turned the camera off and I turned it back on so I can deal and try to understand. I don't know. Again, maybe I'm just shot myself in the foot. Maybe this figure was meant for you collectors who just want to store it up there. But let me see what happens now when I add the weapon to her hand. I'm taking it off camera. And I can tell you guys already that the weapon itself does not go in her hand easily. You're going to have to heat up the fingers. And truth be told, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to add a sword. So as you can tell here on the filming, can't get it in there. Let's try this handle thing here. well, there goes the wrist. So again, guys, let me know in the comments if you're having this issue too. Guys, I'm not going to try, not going to bother. It's not that I don't want to, but I really don't want to bend this thing because I don't want to have to buy this figure again. I don't know what they were thinking in Macfarlane. Was it going to come with switched hands or something like that? That's why they made this design, but this is a terrible design when it comes to the hand. Overall, it's not a bad figure. It's a good looking figure. It does have articulations in certain areas, but like I said, when it comes to the wrist, you can turn it around like this. You can do whatever you want like that. So if you got to get the figure, get it because of the wave, because of the Dark Father. But overall, this is not good. Not good at all, guys. This articulation thing coming off, you can't bend the wrist. You can't do it. This one, look, it does turn here, but you can't do back and forth. And I don't know if it's maybe because it's stiff or anything like that. But again, I'm not going to try to open this hand or anything like that because I'm really not going to display her with this thing. I'm going to just put a sword in her hand like Wonder Woman usually has and call it a day. In my articulation world, I'm probably going to have to add what they call house wax to keep the weapon in her hand should that arm wrist come off, or some type of putty or clay. So I'm going to stand her there so you guys can take a look again. I did articulate her foot a little bit, so that's probably why she's not standing still. And there she is. And like I said, you would think with high heels I would have more trouble, but I didn't. At least not at the beginning. Maybe now that I've moved her around. Again, not a bad figure. Not feeling it at all. I'm not into the female superheroes. Nothing against them. It's just not my thing. But this is overall, this figure, besides Macfarlane's style Wonder Woman, I really love the way this figure looks. It is just a shame about this, man. Really, really, really sucks. But again, guys, tell me what you think in the comments section. Leave me, some feedback on it, what you think. Tell me if you're having the same issue when you got her, if that's the same issue that you're having. And like I said, and I always say, or I've been saying like other YouTubers, if you like the show, give it a like, press the notification, and if you like, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We are counting down till we get to Dark Father. So on the next review will be the Dark Metals Batman, which is nothing new, nothing released other than with a guitar. So I will catch you on the next one. I am out.